Hello students, I'm here with the new topic applications of simple harmonic motion. In this video, I'm going to introduce you simple pendulum. This is the first part of the video based on the topic. Now let's understand what is simple pendulum. A small heavy sphere called a bob suspended by the light and inextensible string from rigid support, which is called simple pendulum. As the choice of the bob is a heavy bob, the whole weight of the bob is a concentrate at a point is known as the center of gravity. If I consider whole system, the system is consist of a light string and a heavy bob. Hence, the whole weight of the system is also concentrate at the point of a gravity. As I compare the length of the string and that of the dimensions of the bob is very small compared to the length. Hence, this bob acts as a point mass. So, this center of gravity appears like performing oscillatory motion. Hence, this center of a gravity point is also known as a point of oscillation. Now, let's understand how we can measure the length of a pendulum. The distance between the point of a suspension O and the point of oscillation, that is the center of gravity of the bob, is called the length of the pendulum. Now we can't directly measure the length of pendulum. Initially we need to measure the length between the point of a suspension and the point where the string get attached to the bob. Let this length be the L. Next to that we need to find out the radius of the bob, and this L plus L gives you the total or the actual length of the simple pendulum. Now here you can see the oscillating pendulum. The trajectory and the plane of the motion of the bob of a simple pendulum is a part of the vertical circle of radius equal to L, where L is the length of the pendulum. For the small displacement, the bob performs simple harmonic motion. In that case, the internal restoring force is directly proportional to displacement. Negative sign indicate that restoring force and that of a displacement both are in opposite direction. As we already mentioned that the given motion of a bob is part of the vertical circle. As we know student, the vertical circular motion is a non-uniform circular motion. In a non-uniform circular motion, there are two acceleration. First acceleration is centripetal acceleration, or also known as a radial acceleration. So this radial or centripetal acceleration changes the direction of motion. And the other acceleration is a tangential acceleration. This tangential acceleration changes the magnitude of motion. Now let's discuss both these acceleration in details. Here we can see the simple pendulum at its mean position, where the angular displacement is 0. At this position, let's see what are the forces acts on the bob. The first force, that is a gravitational force, which is act vertically downward, and the tension, which is act vertically upward along the string. As you can see, the tension and that of the weight of the bob balance each other, so that the net force act on the bob is equal to 0. This is a condition for equilibrium. Hence, this position of the bob is also known as the equilibrium position or mean position. Now, let's displace the bob and set into the oscillation. During the motion, I consider a random location of the bob, which is having angular displacement theta. Now let's see what are the forces acts on the bob at this position. The tension, which is act along the string, and the mg, which is act vertically downward. Now let's resolve the mg. Here you have one component of the mg, here you have a second component. Here you have angle theta, hence this component is mg cos theta and the other component is mg sin theta. Note down here student, the mg, that is the weight of the bob, has a fixed value. It not changes, but its component mg sin theta and mg cos theta are variable. Sin theta and cos theta variable depend on angular displacement theta. Mg is a constant, but the sin theta and cos theta depends upon the angular displacement. Now let's see how the variation takes place. If the angular displacement increase, sin theta increase and cos theta decrease from mean position to extreme position. As the angle decrease, that is angular displacement decrease, sin theta decrease and cos theta increase from extreme position to mean position. From this discussion, we can see when the sin theta increase, cos theta decrease, and when the sin theta decrease, cos theta increase. From this, I can say, student, the mg sin theta and mg cos theta mutually change their magnitude instantaneously. Now let's see what are the horizontal forces act on the bob. The tangential force mg sin theta changes the magnitude of the internal restoring force instantaneously. Since the internal restoring force is equal to minus mg sin theta, which is always have a tendency to direct towards the mean position. The negative sign indicates that the restoring force and that of the angular displacement both are in opposite direction. This restoring force F is equal to m into tangential acceleration, which is equal to m into L into alpha, where the L is the radius of the vertical circle and alpha is the angular acceleration. Therefore, I can write m into L into alpha is equal to minus mg sin theta. This tangential acceleration changes the magnitude of the motion instantaneously. We know, student, when the acceleration or the force is act in the direction of the motion, it either increase or decrease its speed. If the given acceleration in the direction of a motion, it increases its speed. If it is in opposite direction of the motion, it decreases speed. So when the bob moves from mean position to extreme position, in that case, the mg sin theta acts in opposite direction of the speed. Hence, its speed decreases from the mean position to extreme position. But when the bob moves from the extreme to mean position, its speed increases since the direction of motion and that of mg sin theta, that is the tangential acceleration, both acts in the same direction. Now let's find out the tangential acceleration at a mean position. At mean position, angular displacement theta is equal to 0. Hence, the sin theta is equal to 0. So, this mass into tangential acceleration is equal to 0. But we know, students, mass cannot be 0. So, what can be 0 is the tangential acceleration. So, from this discussion, you can see, student, when the bob reach to the mean position or equilibrium position, there is no tangential acceleration. Tangential acceleration only present when there is a displacement, because this tangential acceleration is proportional to the displacement. So, internal restoring force at the mean position is equal to 0. Now let's discuss vertical forces. T changes with speed, that is, the tension in the string changes with speed. When the speed increases, tension is also increased from extreme position to mean position. And when the speed decreases, tension is also decreased from mean position to extreme position. But we see in the diagram, student, the mg cos theta component acts opposite to that of a tension. For extreme position to mean position, the theta, that is angular displacement, decrease and a cos theta increase. So cos theta increases as the tension is increased. And when it moves from extreme position to, and when the bob moves from mean position to extreme position, the angular displacement increase and cos theta decrease. As we see, student, tension is also decreased as it moves from mean position to extreme position. As we see, student, in the diagram, the tension T acts along L towards the point of a suspension O and perpendicular to the direction of motion. Hence, it provides centripetal acceleration. This centripetal force is equal to mv square upon L. where the L is the radius of a vertical circle and the V is the speed at the given position where I consider the forces acts on the bob. This centripetal acceleration or radial acceleration changes the direction of motion as it acts perpendicular to the direction of motion. The force which is act perpendicular to the direction of motion is responsible to change its direction. So from this I can write the T, that is the tension minus mg cos theta, is equal to mv square upon L. This important equation that you always have to remember, student. Here, it is not necessary that during the motion, tension is completely get balanced by mg cos theta. But the tension is always greater than or equal to mg cos theta. If it is not so, then there is no centripetal force mv square upon L is present. If this centripetal force is not present, it is not possible for the pendulum or it is not possible for the bob to perform circular motion along the arc. Now, reconsider the equation T minus mg cos theta is equal to mv square upon L. Now let's understand what happened with this equation at extreme position. At extreme position, speed is equal to 0. So the mv square upon L is also equal to 0, that is the centripetal acceleration is 0. So the equation becomes T is equal to mg cos theta. But we know, student, as the theta, that is angular displacement, increase, cos theta becomes very small because the cos theta decrease from 0 to 90. So that if I consider the mg cos theta having the very small value, so if T is equal to mg cos theta and mg cos theta is a small value, then the tension is also a small. From this, I can say, student, at the extreme position, the tension has a minimum value. As T is equal to mg cos theta, the net vertical force at the extreme position is equal to 0. Now let's discuss what happened to the equation T minus mg cos theta is equal to mv square upon L at mean position. At mean position, speed having the maximum value and theta is equal to 0, cos theta is equal to 1. So the equation T minus mg is equal to mv square max upon L. Here, note down, student, your tension must be greater than mg. Since the bob is in the motion along a circular arc, there must be a net centripetal force at this position, which changes the direction of motion. So at this position, the tension having the maximum value. So from this discussion, you understand, student, the tension and mg cos theta, even though they act opposite to each other, but they may not cancel to each other at every position, or they may not balance each other at every position. They balance each other at extreme position. With this GIF, let's understand the net acceleration acts on the bob. A net, that is net acceleration, is equal to square root of centripetal acceleration square plus tangential acceleration square. What happened with this net acceleration at mean position? At mean position, tangential acceleration is 0. So that A net is the net acceleration is only centripetal acceleration. As you can see in the GIF, the blue vector, that is a radial acceleration vector having a maximum length at the mean position. At the same time, this tangential acceleration is 0. So the tension T is a maximum at the mean position. Now let's talk about the extreme position. At extreme position, tension is equal to mg cos theta. Hence, net vertical force at extreme position is equal to 0. So that A net is equal to AT. That is, net acceleration at the extreme position is only tangential acceleration. Internal restoring force is having a maximum value at the extreme position. From this discussion, we can say, student, the centripetal acceleration changes magnitude and direction of a centripetal force instantaneously. As you observe in a GIF blue vector, you can see at every instant its magnitude, that is the length of the vector, changes along with the direction. But when I observe the tangential acceleration, you can see, student, the tangential acceleration changes the magnitude of internal restoring force instantaneously. At every instant, the length of the vector changes and its direction changes periodically. For the right half, you can see the direction of that tangential acceleration is towards the left, and for the left motion it is towards the right. One thing that you have to note down here, student, in the vertical circular motion, centripetal force is a constant, but in a simple harmonic motion, centripetal force is a variable. Hope you understand the concept. Do like, share and subscribe my channel. In our next video, based on the topic that is a simple pendulum, I am going to discuss period of the simple pendulum and the factor affecting the period of a simple pendulum. Thank you.